Right now, explosions have hit all of Russia. Tatarstan is on fire, chaos in Muscovy, a massive drone raid. Airports have halted operations. A total collapse in the Russian Federation. These scenes are blowing up the internet. Let's go through everything step by step. Hello, this is Ukraine Today. I'm Renata Slanova, and here are the latest events. Unknown drones have attacked Tatarstan, the Moscow region, and 9 other regions of the Russian Federation. Thank you so much. Russian public channels report that during the drone attack on the Leningrad region, 1 UAV was shot down. The governor of the region added that mobile communication and internet restrictions were introduced in several districts. It is also reported that explosions were heard in Tatarstan. In particular, explosions were heard in Nizhnekamsk and Yelabuga. According to propagandist media, there is allegedly a Shahed drone manufacturing plant located there. Eyewitnesses say that drones were flying toward the north of Tatarstan. There are factories there that are likely producing drones. There are reports that entry to the industrial zone has been closed. It is impossible to get into the factories. There are also communication problems, likely due to the use of jamming devices. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, Russian air defense forces allegedly intercepted and destroyed 102 drones overnight. The Bryansk, Belgorod, Voronezh, Kaluga, Kursk, Oryol, Leningrad and Smolensk regions, as well as the temporarily occupied Crimea, also came under attack. It is noted that overnight Russian aviation authorities imposed restrictions at all airports in the Moscow aviation hub, as well as in Saratov, Samara, Kazan, Kaluga, Nizhnekamsk, Izevsk, Kirov and Pulkovo in St. Petersburg. Local residents published a video capturing the moment of an attempt to shoot down one of the UAVs. A new wave of drone attacks on Russian territory has caused panic among Russians. Locals are complaining about powerful explosions.
The second one is coming. Pour them in. It's right next to us, but you can't see anyone.
And this is not the first terrifying night for Russians. The night before, drones were also flying one after another. Cheboksary in the Chuvash Republic was completely blown apart.
I hope the bomb he has there doesn't malfunction and another explosion. There.
Get out of the house. You get it, damn it, you get it.
Several massive explosions thundered over the city. Drones destroyed Putin's defense plant.
How long did I sleep at 7 o'clock? At 3, I woke up from a bang, an explosion. That's done. Cheboksary. You can't see the sun there, oh.
Pro-Russian channels immediately reported that after several precisely targeted drones struck, a fire engulfed a huge area of the facility.
Unbelievable. According to the Russians, the fiery party was thrown by Ukrainian drones called Luki.
I see it, I see it. Oh.
Governor Oleg Nikolaev stated that after the strikes, the enterprise suspended its operations. And the day before, unknown drones attacked the Rostov region. A local airfield came under attack. A Russian notes that in total, air defense allegedly responded to 15 drones. Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine Today. Join us now. And the acting governor of the Rostov region reported that due to the fall of UAV debris, buildings in 2 courtyards in the region were damaged. In one house, the roof was partially destroyed. In another, windows were shattered, electrical wires were torn, a shed was destroyed, a car was damaged, and a passenger vehicle parked near a store caught fire. And that's not all. A powerful explosion occurred on the railway tracks in the Voronezh region. As a result, the railway tracks were damaged. Train traffic in one direction has been suspended. According to preliminary information, there are no casualties. The governor of the Voronezh region soon stated that several trains were stopped on the section of the railway because the driver of one of them noticed minor damage to the tracks. Ukrainian drones have posed a serious threat to Russia. After the special operation by the Security Service of Ukraine, the Russians are no longer in the mood for jokes. The first thing the Kremlin did was to try to save what was left. So they decided to move the surviving bombers further away from Ukraine. But will this have any effect? Watch right now.
Russia is getting closer to the United States. For now, the aggressor country is not advancing. It may sound strange, but Russia is actually hiding from Ukraine. The Russians decided to retreat into a corner after the successful web operation carried out by Ukrainian special services on Russian territory. After that, according to monitoring channels, Russia decided to disperse its Tu-160 aircraft from the Engels airbase. It is already known that the Russians decided to hide their aircraft in the Far East, almost 7,000 kilometers from the border with Ukraine. But let's note that's less than 1,000 kilometers from America.
The redeployment of a strategic bomber to the Anadyr airfield and the distance to the United States is 660 kilometers. I do not rule out the possibility that this is a form of military political pressure, including on the United States, following the successful operation by the Ukrainian side in destroying the strategic aviation aircraft of the Russian aerospace forces.
The Russians didn't have time to hide the aircraft before the first one was already found at the Anadyr airfield, which is a federal-level general-purpose airfield in the capital of the Chukotka Autonomous Okrug. The search for the remaining aircraft is currently ongoing.
It should be noted that there are only 6 airfields across the entire Russian Federation capable of accommodating strategic bombers, meaning their number is limited, and that is why the Russian Federation fully understands that, for example, the possibility of using the Engels airfield has effectively been reduced to 0.
Let us remind you, Engels is located in the Saratov region. The distance from the line of combat engagement is up to 700 kilometers. And by the way, on the day we were preparing our material, the defense forces of Ukraine once again struck the oil refinery in Engels, which supplies materials to the airfields where strategic bombers are based. Another airfield that is actively being attacked by Ukrainian forces is located in the Ryazan region. This is the Diaghilevo airfield, which is 500 kilometers from the border with Ukraine.
That is why the Russian Federation is carrying out such relocations of aerospace forces aircraft. This applies accordingly to Olenia airfield as well, and after the strikes on the Belaya airfield in the Irkutsk region, the number of aircraft there has decreased significantly.
So the Russian Federation does not rule out repeated attacks on their air bases and is playing chess with its bombers, hoping they won't be found.
From Moscow all the way to the outskirts, the entire territory of the Russian Federation is within the operational interest zone of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine and other components of Ukraine's defense forces.
We have already seen that the Kremlin dictator and his team are indeed afraid. The intriguing question remains, how will Putin, who claims to be fighting America in Ukraine and is now both diplomatically and militarily cozying up to that same America, use it in the event of further successful attacks by the Ukrainian armed forces? Will he flee and ask Trump for asylum, or will he march with his army to conquer new territories?
And what do you think about such drone attacks on important Russian targets? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button below the video and stay up to date with the main news. There's more to come.